Yeah, so happy for the guys, proud of them for doing what they needed to do to get a win. Knowing a San Jose State team with Coach Miles, it's never going to give up, never gonna back down or quit. But guys did what they needed to do to get a little bit of a cushion so that we could kind of go through that lapse in the second half. And easy to work on, easy thing to talk about and show on film. So. Just to keep getting better. But guys are doing a great job of carrying over the scouting report and the practices leading into the last handful of games. And in the Mountain West, you got to do that every single game prep for a couple of days to have a chance to win games. So guys have had a great approach, and I expect them another great approach tomorrow, getting ready for the next one.
Questions?
I know you want to win everyone, but to be 3-0 and kind of create that culture of continuing to win, how important is that?
Well, it's the most important, I think, especially in today's day of the roster turnover and what some of the adversity that the guys went through in the fall and in the non-conference with the rotations and some of the injuries. As much as anything, it just helps build confidence. That's always the biggest concern as coaches going into the next season with when you got new guys blending with returners. Just how to make sure that you build as much confidence as you can so that they play happy and free and feel good doing it and know that they're going to work hard and get good results. And so to string a couple together here, I think is great, especially with an older group that we have, that we can show them now on film. Like we do leading up, we show them the plays in practice versus the scouting report of how the team we're going to plays that action and the similarities. And this is why we do what we do, and this is what we want to do. And guys have done a great job carrying that over. So it's not just on the floor confidence that builds, it's also kind of the scouting report reading, the personnel reading about the actions that the other team runs that they really buy into with each other and just kind of help each other make it work. And we've seen that in the last handful of games.
San Jose State went on a run to get it down to 3. What was your message to the team at that point, and what did you like about your team sort of holding on in the last couple of minutes? Yeah,
it's a great resolve. We've kind of now in the last 3 kind of fortunate to build a little bit of a cushion. Of course, coming out in the second half of Air Force, I thought, and maybe it was being on the road, we just had a little bit different of a kind of a pep in our step. And but even today, we didn't come out the second half perfectly, but we still had a really good stretch to build the lead up to 20. But it's just once you go against the Coach Miles team, that they're never going to quit, they're never going to back down, and that's exactly what happened today. I thought we just kind of took a couple possessions where we kind of took a breath, and you just can't do that. And but at the same time, there's so many good plays that we had to kind of get into that situation. So we're going to focus on that. We're going to focus on the concentration and the effort and the attention to detail that we had in those great possessions to build a good lead. But 51% on the night, 17 assists. 11-1 at halftime, assist to turnover. There's just so many good things we can take from this to continue to kind of believe in each other and keep getting better.
Since Henley has come back, it seems like you're pretty locked into like an 8-man rotation. Everyone sort of seems to be fitting into their roles. How much has that helped this team, and how have you seen that evolve and sort of help you guys play better, sort of tightening it and everyone sort of finding their role?
Yeah, I think, not having Henley, you take away, and of course not having Jace, we didn't have a secondary ball handler. Not because guys can't dribble and make plays, but just guys that have experience running an offense. And Jaden has that experience. So to have him and his ability to run an offense with DJ out, or tonight we ran a couple things where DJ was off the ball, it kind of just, it gives you another guy that understands, kind of takes a point guard approach. But he also adds to what I believe is a really good guard group. Of course, the guys that start the game with Julian, Jailen, Jaden, DJ. I'm forgetting Jay somewhere, I know. But then you also bring in Brooklyn and Bedford, to form a really strong, aggressive, skilled playmaking group that can make a lot of plays and have a great level of energy. And so having him back in the fold is just really good for us as a whole to, like you said, kind of have that 8-man rotation that's kind of been the way we've been going.
Coach, 4 in a row heading into Boise State. You guys knocked off the Broncos on the road last year. Talk about the momentum, maybe the leadership you're seeing right now that's clicking on the team.
Yeah, I think it all kind of starts, talking about Boise, of course, as the next one, it kind of starts right now with this group. They've had a really good approach of understanding, they're all going to be over in Mendenhall doing what they need to do to get ready for tomorrow. Because the approach has been really good for the 2 days that we've had in this kind of rotation of 2 days before each game. So they come ready tomorrow. They're locked in. They're focused. We're able to go through a handful of things. We don't have guys wondering about why we're doing this, why we're doing that. They lock in so that we get a good look at it, so that we can get off our feet and have another good day as the day before practice. But really, as a coaching staff, I think that's what's made us feel really good and kind of excited for this, kind of getting into the flow of conference, so we could kind of get in a little bit of a routine. Because, as I mentioned, we got experienced guys that they like their routines. Athletes usually like their routines. They don't like audibles. And now we're kind of in a stretch where we can get into a pretty good routine with the guys. But so far, it's been hats off to them, because they're going to be in the film room tomorrow morning, ready to get better, ready to prepare for the next one. And that's a good feeling as a coaching staff when the guys give you that.
When Jailen was just in here, I asked him about his play since being moved to the second unit. From your vantage point, does it seem like he's thinking a little less playing with that second unit?
Yeah, I mean, when we met in Phoenix, of course, it was my biggest concern was just him thinking that we had lost faith in him, but really it was kind of quite the opposite. We talked about, when we were recruiting him, when he had his name in the portal, and we talked to people that had been around him, we brought him here to be aggressive. We brought him here to be a scoring punch, and because his quickness and his ability to shoot the ball off the dribble is at an elite level. And that's something that has fit in really well with this group. Like, I talk about the guard group. You have him coming off the bench right now, fully ready, and full of energy. And his ability to go in and score quickly is something that's just been a huge advantage for us in the last couple games. And luckily, I think he took a deep breath, and since that day, he's gone in. He's been aggressive. He's not forcing things. He's not, because he's always tried to do what's been asked. And I felt that almost became a detriment to him there when he was struggling a little bit. And we need him to be more clear-minded, that you're in there to make shots, you're in there to make plays, and be a part of that really good guard group. And since then, I mean, he's been a dream. And I hope he doesn't change a thing that he's been doing, because whatever he's been doing to lead up, outside of course, meeting with for film and being early to practice and ready. Outside of that, he's been doing what he needs to be doing. So hopefully it continues, because anytime you've got a guy like that can come in and put points on the board quickly, it's a huge advantage for us.
And things go haywire, kind of like the second half of that second half, and it doesn't really calm down until DJ kind of calms it down. We saw him obviously kind of play the closer role a little bit last year as well. Has he assumed that role a little quicker than you and your coaching staff expected to?
Yeah, he has, undoubtedly. I think as coaches, when you kind of get into that situation, you start doing the math, right? There's 3 minutes, you probably got 6 or 7 possessions left until there's fouls, and you want to, as much as anything, you just want to know where the shots are coming from. So, you want to make sure that you got good spacing, that the guys understand what you're looking for. But I also think we've had some other guys now that have proven it doesn't have to be just DJ. Tonight it was. But at the same time, I think guys are doing such a good job making plays for each other that I think we're going to be able to run some of that stuff, open the floor up for other guys, not just DJ. And again, that just makes us that much better in the long run. But DJ's also proven last year, he's got a year of built-up credibility that, he makes smart decisions, he makes good plays, and he makes free throws down the stretch. So tonight, that's the direction we went. But then at the same time, I mean, the play of the game is Henley's offensive rebound. If they had gotten that rebound, I don't think I would have had a pretty good feeling in my stomach at that point. So the play of the game was made, on the offensive rebound to kind of space it out a little bit, and then. But as much as anything, just happy that the guys kind of did what they need to do. Hopefully they can take a breath now and be ready to get ready tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, DJ, what's the feeling on this team after going to 3-0 in conference play now?
I'm feeling good. We just have some little things to clean up, especially like how we come out at halftime. We just got to clean up little things like that. But other than that, I feel like we're starting to really come together defensively and offensively. So I like where we're at.
It got a little tight down the stretch. I think it was a 14-0 run for San Jose State. Then you guys held on. What do you think happened over the last 6 minutes there to sort of tighten the game, and then what were you able to do to stop it?
We just started being lazy on defense, just taking breaks on defense, which we can't do. But honestly, I'm just proud of the way we've been able to close out these games and respond to when teams go on runs like that. So I just try to look at that as a positive as a team because, down the road, especially deep in conference play, when we're in those tight games, I know we can close it out.
DJ, what are you seeing from Brooklyn just coming off the bench and really being so useful every single second out there?
It's been great. Just his production on the court, from compared to last year to this year, it's taken a huge jump. He's just doing all the little things, like getting offensive rebounds, steals, running the floor, keeping his spacing. So I'm just so proud and how far he's come.
Jailen, question for you. As an older guy on this team, how have you taken Pop under your wing?
Man, that's my guy. He comes in, he does his job, and I'm just proud of him. He's a freshman. He has a lot of room to grow, and he has a high ceiling. So yeah, it's been great to have him as a little brother and little teammate. So yeah.
Jailen, how has the move to the second unit allowed you to kind of play more loose and play more free?
I'm really just trusting Coach Kruger's plan, the whole coaching staff's plan. I'm coming off the bench and I feel comfortable. I'm just playing my game, and I feel good with the second group. Coming in, playing, bringing a spark, more energy. So yeah, I feel good.
And DJ, 8 wins and 9 tries at home to start the year. What has that home court advantage felt like so far?
It's great. We're starting to get more and more fans in here as we're winning more games every game. So just having that atmosphere build more and more every game as we win more games at home, it's going to be big down the road.
Speaking of the road, Boise State next. What do you know about them from last year? How do you want to attack them defensively?
They're a big team. Last year we went in there and got a really tough win. We just went in there, did all the little things, got back on defense. We're able to rebound, slow them down offensively. But I feel like if we just stick to what we're good at, I think we'll be fine. So, yeah.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.